If you put your answer as bacteria, animal, and plant, that is correct as well. Okay, now what is the best answer, you might ask? The best answer would be eukaryote and prokaryote. Those are the main types of cells. Okay, but either answer would be just fine. Number 18, what is the approximate number of cells that make up your body? So again, this just absolutely blows my mind, but it is essentially about 100 trillion cells that make up your body, which I just find absolutely crazy to think about. But again, isn't God amazing, y'all? Only He could make something that is that detailed and work just absolutely perfect together. So 100 trillion cells make up the average human body. Number 19, can cells reproduce? Yes, cells can reproduce. Now, there are just a few cells that actually don't reproduce, but the majority of them do. So an example would be skin cells. We lose skin cells every second of every day just by doing this to your hands. You can't see them, but there's skin cells all over my paper now, which is kind of gross, but it's okay. So those skin cells, because we lose them so quickly, we have to be able to reproduce them as well. Now, nerve cells are cells that don't really reproduce. So when we destroy our nerve cells, we lose those cells for good. So it's important to kind of keep those, I guess you could say, protected. So major injuries, like for example, this is a kind of funny story, but several years ago, I tried to rescue a squirrel from one of my cats, and the squirrel bit me right here and almost bit through my finger, and I was stubborn and did not go to the doctor. So as you can see, my finger healed completely, but I don't have any feeling in my finger right here. And that is because that squirrel bit through my nerve cells. So I will never have any feeling in that part of my finger ever again because my nerve cells have been destroyed at that particular area. Now, can I still use my finger just fine? Yes. I just don't have feeling. So if a squirrel bit me again right there, then it wouldn't hurt, which would be nice. So your nerve cells are just one of the few that don't actually reproduce. But most of our cells do reproduce because we lose them so quickly. Now, number 20, if you have not had a chance to watch this video yet, please watch it, guys. It is totally worth it. Louis is a well-known pastor, and he's got a good sense of humor, and he's really easy to listen to. But he talks about this protein that is literally shaped like a cross, and it's called laminin. And it just goes to show you just how great our God is, which is the name of the video, because he did something so on purpose that he made this little tiny protein shaped like a cross just as a symbol to us of his love. So if you haven't watched this yet, please watch it. It is a wonderful sermon. And if you have any questions about this video, then of course, please, you can email me, text me, or call me, and I can kind of guide you through that. But without me having to, well, I guess without you watching this yet, it's kind of hard for me to explain this question. But the protein that he discusses is called laminin, and it's unique because it's shaped like a cross, okay? And after hearing his sermon, how does this make you feel about God? So that's, of course, a personal question to you. How do you feel about the connection between God and science? Again, that's an opinion question. So just watch this video and just come back to this question and answer it in more detail, and then you will be ready for your test. And since I am not there to actually watch you take the test, This test is going to be open book, open notes, so you can use any resources you have. And I think that'll just be the fairest for everyone. So you will take your test later, I think on next week. On Monday, you will take your science test. Again, you can use your notes, you can use your study guide, you can use your science book. But just try to take the test without using any of that information and just see how well you do. So that will conclude the study guide video. And again, I did post a picture of the answers, and I apologize that this is all over the place. This was something that I had written up previously, and to be honest with you guys, I just have a lot on my plate right now, so I have not been able to type these answers. But just make sure you look at the pictures and write these down, study them, and just let me know if you have any questions.